Well, hello there, Sean the Extra Guy here. Back again to give you a stream. Oh boy, this week has started off absolutely great. Got food poisoning, but luckily it was only like, it passed pretty quickly. You know, I won't go into details, but yeah, I'm just lucky it was just, you know, it didn't last for like a full day. It was like, you know, it lasted at least 12 hours, so, you know. But, you know, I'm fine now. My throat is still ain't good. But I sound fine. I just feel like, you know, a little bit of pain in my throat at the moment. Don't like throwing up.
All of this just works. And again, it just works.
Just works. But yeah. Anyway, hello Ninja. I should be good to voice act. I don't think my voice is that shot. Yeah, like I said, I just feel pain in my throat at the moment. Nothing I can really do about it other than, you know, let time heal it and maybe take soothers, but they only do so much. You know, so what can I do? But anyway, yeah, I was also waiting on confirmation to have this stream. Yeah. So obviously, I confirmed to you guys, but I haven't got that. I haven't got the time zone conversion yet. I will do that after this stream has ended. So yeah. Anyway, enough chit chatter. Pause music elegantly. To the Ace Phoenix Attorney Wright. To the Ace Wright Phoenix Attorney. Phoenix Ace Attorney Wright. Yeah. I find that just nothing seems to properly work. Like even some of the remedies that are like, you know, like honey. Like it's good, but like it's like temporary. It's like the pain just comes back. So, you know, unless I'm chugging it fucking down constantly. Yeah. It's pretty much just, you know, have to let it just settle, I guess. Alrighty. Continuing where we left off. Good morning, Max. Max? Milk. What? If I don't have a glass of milk before I go on stage, I just can't function, sweetie. Stage? Don't worry, there won't be a stage. All you have to do is sit down. I guess. Nick, Max is really nervous. That's understandable. That's understandable. Hey, my sweeties. What? You don't think I should fly, do you? Huh? You know, you've got to make a good first impression. When I enter the room, maybe I should fly in and warm up the crowd a little. No. We can't be having you flying around the courtroom. It just wouldn't be right. It just wouldn't be right. Imagine if you hit someone. Don't worry, Max. Just do what Nick says and everything will be okay. Oh, sweetie. What is it this time, Max? Why don't you try flying in the court? Fucking hell. Why don't you try flying into the courtroom? I can see it now. The dashing young lawyer flying fabulously in from above. One glimpse of that and everyone in the room will be on your side. Max, really? No one needs to fly today. Nick, what's that look in your eyes? I like the sound of that. Dashing young lawyer flying fabulously? Like, it doesn't hurt all the time. It's just like, I don't know, it's like when I swallow, it hurts. That's the consequences, like, of, yeah. Yeah. Again, don't want to get into it, because, you know, no one likes to hear shit like that. Like, you know, vomit and shit, but, yeah. Well, yeah, literally shit, I guess, but I didn't literally shit, I just vomited. But, yeah, I don't think people want to hear it. But, yeah, it's just, it did affect my throat. Fucking hate vomiting. What did we see? We saw your ass. We know what it looks like now. What? Your Honor, get on with it. Oh, sorry. I just realized that the defendant's name is Billy Bob Johns. So? Well, isn't the defendant also known as Maximilian Galactica? Yes, Your Honor, he does often go by that name. You know, my grandchild is a huge fan of his. I think everyone here wouldn't mind if we called the defendant Maximilian Galactica. It sounds more friendly. I wonder if that is to our advantage. Miss Von Karma, your opening statement, if you please. I hope you didn't bother thinking you'd win this one, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Eh? That spirit channeling trial was a sham. I refuse to acknowledge its legitimacy. It did not count. Do you hear me? She must still be upset about what happened last time. Oh, hi, Mark. But, excuse me. Excuse me. You have no chance. Zero. Zilch. Nada. I am not losing... Now she sounds Russian, what the fuck? I'm not losing this case. Why, you ask? Because it is not in the nature of a Von Karma to lose anything. I guess being born with the name Von Karma is a free pass to be arrogant and annoying. Watch and learn, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I'll show you the textbook procedure for proving how absolutely guilty you are. Me? Guilty? What are you talking about? It will be my ultimate revenge. That's not like it'll bring her dad back. There, opening statement complete. Now let's hurry and wrap up this waste of time. Very well, you may call your first witness, Miss Von Karma. Detective Dick Gumshoe, get up there. Fucking hell. Let's reword that. Detective Dick Gumshoe, get up there, now. Sorry to keep you from work, as I'm sure you need every penny you can earn, Detective.
Don't mention it. It's no trouble at all. I've been looking forward to this.
Very well. I would like you to begin by shedding light on the events in question.
At your service, sir. All right, Detective. You may proceed with your testimony. The night of the crime. Snow was falling until 9:40 p.m., making it extremely cold out. All of the circus performers were gathered in the big top to practice their routines. The practice session broke up around 10 p.m. The murder itself took place in the plaza in front of the lodging house at 10:15 p.m. The victim was found bent over a wooden box, dead as a doornail. The cause of death was blunt force trauma that snapped a vertebrae in his neck. I see. He was beaten to death. Here's the autopsy report for the victim. The court accepts this into evidence. Okay, time of death 10:15 p.m. Cause blunt force trauma to the back of the head. Is it detailed at least? No, it's not. It's not detailed. A blunt object. Very well. Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. Hello, Blue. Blue, would you possibly be available on Friday night for Sea of Thieves? Just a random question. I think we might need you. I'd say we will, because I think I'm gonna probably go on a limb and say one of the people probably will not make it. But anyway. Yes, Your Honor. Details of the events. The night of the crime, snow was falling until 9:40 p.m., making it extremely cold out. And let me ask you about the snow. It was nearly a blizzard up until the time of the crime. Did it pile up? It wasn't such a big deal. Maybe about 1.5 inches was on the ground. The snow froze in place and stayed on the ground until the next day. The snow. Let me see. There's got to be more to this. Hey, what's the matter, Nick? Yeah, it's been a couple of years, I think, since I last played it. At least. You do fondly remember your buff black guy in a dress? Oh, God. Yes, well, I think I've still got the same one. My ugly ass looking pink-haired pirate. Anyway, I need to take a look at the court record. Mr. Gumshoe, what were the members of the circus doing on the night of the crime? All the circus performers were gathered in the big top to practice their routines. When you say all of the circus performers, who do you mean? Everyone but the dancers and staff were there. Regina the animal tamer, Mo the clown, Ben the ventriloquist, and of course the defendant, Maximilian Galactica, and his victim, the ringmaster. Oh, and I almost forgot, Regent the tiger was there as well. Out of curiosity, what about the circus monkey? When I was investigating yesterday, he happened to snatch my wristwatch. Detective, you are welcome to file a police report after these proceedings.
You don't get Game Pass anymore. Fuck them prices. I mean, I've kept Game Pass, but I've kept like the cheapest one, which even then I'm considering of just outright canceling it.
The practice session broke up around 10 p.m.
After the practice was over, where did everyone head off to?
Regina was playing with Regent while Mo went back to his room tired from work. Ben the ventriloquist went to the front gate absorbed in his own world. The ringmaster and Max went off to the ringmaster's room to talk privately.
Talk privately, huh? That's awfully suspicious. You wouldn't happen to know what they were talking about, would you?
It seems they were negotiating Max's salary.
Actually, Max was asking Regina's hand in marriage.
The murder itself took place in the plaza in front of the lodging house at 10:15 p.m.
I'd like you to be a bit more specific about the events at 10:15 p.m.
Okay, not a problem, pal. We've got a witness that told us how the whole thing went down. Oh!
This is totally meaningless. Time to move on.
All right, we'll just have to revisit that testimony later. Detective Gumshoe, would you mind telling us how the victim met his end?
The victim was found bent over a wooden box, dead as a doornail.
A wooden box?
That's right. The victim must have been carrying the wooden box when he was killed.
Fuck me.
Carrying the box, huh?
It was a rather...
Fuck me.
It was a rather strange wooden box, Your Honor.
What do you mean?
Well, it was much heavier than it looked. Not to mention it was locked.
Locked, you say?
A 20-pound box. 20 pounds? I understand if it was 20 kilos. But 20 pounds? 20 pounds ain't that much. Like 20 kilos is a lot. But 20 pounds? Here we go. Right. Just finished my cup of tea.
Bad baby. Bad baby. Bad baby. Naughty boy. Naughty girl. Naughty chat. Naughty.
I don't know what it is. It's just something of like it's a routine I do whenever I open a can. I gotta make sure to tap the top. Apparently, apparently it dissipates the bubbles. Like, you know, dissipates like whatever air is trapped, and I don't know exactly how that works. I mean, just makes it so it doesn't fizz up. I don't know. But it's a routine that I've had since I was a fucking toddler, I guess. You know, witnessing my parents do it. The box didn't fall. Apparently he was carrying a box, I don't know. Or he was hunched over it, either way. Anyway, wooden box added to the court record. This may be my only chance, so I may as well ask him questions. About the wooden box. About the lock? You said the box was locked. How exactly was it locked?
Well, it had quite a sturdy lock on it. It took quite a bit to open that bad boy up.
So when you found the box, it was locked, correct?
Yes, it was. Some of the forensics team took it back. Excuse me.
Heard about tapping the top. Always heard it was a state superstition. Aha. But I do it anyway because it's you know, it's a habit. You know, even though it might not mean anything, it might not do anything, I still do it. You know. I could make a joke here, but I'm not gonna. Anyway.
Some of the forensics team took it back to the precinct to crack it open. I see. Continue, Detective Gumshoe.
Do you mind telling us what was inside that box?
Well, when we found the box, it was locked tighter than Fort Knox. So we took it back to the station and cracked it open. All that was inside was this little bottle. Bottle? What is that, Detective? Exactly what it looks like, Your Honor. It's a condiment bottle.
What's inside the bottle?
It's filled with pepper.
Pepper? Why in the world was it locked in that big box?
There was only one little bottle in that huge box? I wonder if it has some sort of special meaning. Small seasoning bottle found inside the wooden box. The victim was hunched over. Sorry. Found inside the wooden box, the victim was hunched over. It contains pepper.
He died for pepper? You died for pepper. I think at this point, if you're willing to die for it, you probably deserve to die.
The cause of death was blunt force trauma that snapped a vertebrae in his neck.
According to the autopsy report, the murder weapon was a blunt object, correct?
You've done your homework, pal.
And you haven't found this murder weapon? And you haven't found this murder weapon, have you? The police are searching. The police are searching for it as we speak.
My theory is that is something the perpetrator ran off with.
You would think so, especially since you didn't find it on the scene.
No. I bet he made it disappear with magic.
Well, I think we have a good feel for the details of the event now.
I guess that's all we're gonna get out of Gumshoe in this case. I mean, all we're gonna get out of him is that little bottle of pepper? Now that we have wrapped up with the detective, I'd like to call my next witness.
Hey, I'm not even off the stand yet.
Obviously, but that's due to you being slow and unable to take a hint.
I know, but wrapped up has such a mean sound to it. I'm a sensitive guy.
Thank you very much, Detective Gumshoe. You may step down. Miss Von Karma, call your next witness.
I would like to call Mr. Benjamin Woodman to the stand. She must be talking about Ben the ventriloquist. I wonder if Trilo will show up to the stand as well.
Of course he will.
Please state your name and occupation for the record.
My full name is Trilo Quist. I'm employed as an operatic tenor. Excuse me? The witness called to the stand was one Mr. Benjamin Woodman, ventriloquist.
That road must be cutting off your circulation. I said I was a singer. Maybe you don't believe me. Fine. I'll grace you with a song. Ahem.
Me. Lord of law, exciting and daring, guilt or innocence.
Decided by a judge dressed up like a woman. Well, what do you think?
Does the witness the ventriloquist or the puppet? Yes. It had a good rhythm. It's just the lyrics. They leave something to be desired, so to speak. Trilo, you know you're better than that. You know better than the insulted judge.
Shut up! Just look at your nose. You would think you'd have the sense to fix it. It's so ugly, I want to punch you in the face.
Oh, that's right. Hang on.
It's so ugly, I'm gonna punch you in the face. At least on the off chance, something would help.
I'm gonna, like, sort of make it sound like it's, you know... I gotta move my lips less.
You know that your nose is the reason you'll never be a A-list star. You know the reason your nose... You know that the reason your nose... Hang on. You know that your nose is the reason you'll never be a A-list star.
So yeah, I gotta try and... It's hard to do. But I have, like, observed how ventriloquists actually speak. You know, without moving your lips. Like, sometimes they do move their lips. Hell, some of them even pointed out. You moved your lip. This is just Scarface from Batman. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, probably. Probably a fucking inspiration. Celebrities must really enjoy saying everything that flashes into their minds.
What's going on here? Order, order. I demand to know who the witness is.
Don't worry about me, sir. I'll let Trilo handle this.
I'm not worried about you one bit. I'm worried about... Ouch!
You won't get anywhere trying to figure out this witness. Now let's proceed.
Once practice was over, I left the tent with the stooge, clown. Once we got to the lodging house, I ditched him and went back to the plaza's entrance. That's when I saw Max, heading towards the scene of the crime. He was the only one heading that way. He was the only one heading that way. How could that punk not be a killer? Then the police showed up and took Magic Boy away.
I talk ventriloquist all the time with Hippie and... It's the Department of Redundancy Department. All the time.
Only needed one all the time.
Anyway, you saw Maximilian Galactica heading towards the scene? You're sure of that?
Without a doubt. He had on his silk hat. Cloak, and the dumb white roses on his chest. How can you mistake someone with that crazy getup and his nose stuck up so high?
That's enough. I think we all get the picture. Just one thing. You said you ditched the clown.
That's right, dress boy.
Well, since you weren't with him, couldn't that mean the clown committed the crime?
He's got a point. What a shame. It was a nice theory, but the clown can't be the culprit.
Why is that?
He has absolute proof.
A silk hat?
This was found at the scene of the crime. It belongs to the defendant. Ah. Without question, he was wearing his signature hat during practice. If the clown was murdered there... If the clown... Fuck me. If the clown was the murderer, then there would be no reason for this hat to be at the scene.
Well done, Miss Von Karma. Your prosecutorial skills are unrivaled. Well done.
Thank you for stating the obvious. Mr. Phoenix Wright, what do you have to say? Okay. Okay. I guess she's the boss again today. Why don't fucking raise an objection and say we couldn't... Why don't just raise an objection and say that person could have used a disguise. They could have taken fucking Maximilian stuff and dressed like him. Like, raise an objection, man. Shouldn't the puppet and ventriloquist be giving their testimony separately? Well, yeah, but then, you know, Francesca von Karma will whip the judge if he tries to make that distinction. Ah, dear. What you witnessed.
Once practice was over, I left the tent with the stooge. I mean, clown.
The clown? You were talking about Mo?
Of course I'm talking about that old fart. He's so pathetic. He's so pathetic. He's so pathetic. I can't stand him. Just a little bit of exercise and his makeup is running all over the place. Once practice was over, he was 9/10 of the way to keeling over for good.
Poor guy.
We didn't have any choice, so Ben took him to the back. So Ben took him back to his room. When it comes to being a first-place loser, that guy's ahead of the pack.
Then what happened?
Once we got to the lodging house, I ditched him and went back to the plaza's entrance. That's when I saw Max.
Oh, whoops. Went into reading it. Whoops. Why the plaza's entrance?
To do some thinking, of course.
It was awfully cold out that night, especially with all the snow around. Wouldn't thinking in your nice warm lodging house Wouldn't thinking in your nice warm lodging house have been a better idea?
Objection!
Mr. Phoenix Wright, I think you should leave the thinking to the witness. But I'm a good thunker. At least my teachers always said I was.
Hello, Cedric.
That's when I saw Max, heading towards the scene of the crime.
Are you sure it was really Max Galactica?
Of course I'm sure. How could you mistake someone wearing such a snobby three-piece getup?
Snobby three-piece getup?
Get the wax out of your ears. Lawyers nowadays. You're like talking to a brick wall. Max's three-piece getup. Jeez. Could you be any more dense? All together now. Silk hat, cloak, white roses.
Wait, is that everyone in the courtroom saying it?
Silk hat, cloak, white roses. Thank you.
Nick, I think you should put a little bit more effort into preparing your questions. You saw Max and only Max, right, Trio? Right, Trilo?
That's right, and that makes him the killer. There was only one person headed that way that night.
That makes quite a bit of sense. It makes Max one suspicious character.
There's more to this story than meets the eye. Is there something amiss in this? Wait a second. There's no proof that the witness saw Maximilian Galactica.
Hey, you still don't get it, do you? I saw what I saw. It was Max's three-piece joke of a costume. All right, let's say it all together now. Silk hat, cloak, white roses. Thank you.
I think you should study up on your celebrities, Mr. Wright.
Great, I'm getting shut down by a toy. Well, the fucking bring it up is like, okay, how could it have been fucking... Like, so what? Isn't that even more obvious that someone could have fucking used it as a disguise?
That's a bit strange, don't you think?
What's strange?
That you only saw Max? Does it seem like you should have seen someone else as well?
What? Where are you going with this, Mr. Wright? Who else do you suppose this witness could have seen?
Okay, I suppose... Yeah, I mean, that makes sense.
That's the victim.
That's correct. If Trilo was at the plaza entrance to the plaza... Fucking, what the goddamn hell? Why am I reading ahead? If Trilo was at the entrance to the plaza, he should have seen the ringmaster as well. Ah! Obviously, the ringmaster arrived at the scene of the crime before the witness. Before the witness could have seen him. Anyone with a sense could have figured that one out. What are you talking about? The ringmaster and Max went together to the ringmaster's room. Is that according to the defendant? A likely story. If Maximilian Galactica was supposed to be in the ringmaster's room, why was he, just as the witness stated, at the scene of the crime?
I see. It seems that at this stage I have no reason to doubt this witness's testimony. And there are clearly no conclusive contradictions.
He's right. A brilliant judgment, Your Honor. Now let's move on with the testimony. Trilo wouldn't happen to have an ulterior motive for incriminating Max, would he? Well, Max is part of the bitter love triangle with Regina. Which is probably why Max conked him over the head. Nick, wasn't Ben the one who got knocked over the head? Yeah, I think so. I don't know anymore. Alright. Wait, hang on, did I... Hang on. I just have to keep pressing. Okay. You saw Max and only Max that night.
Geez, you're persistent. You can ask all you want. My answer won't change. The only person I saw that night was Maximilian Galactica.
He really needs to improve his manners. You've heard what he has to say. Let him continue with his testimony.
Then the police showed up and took Magic Boy away.
Around what time did the police arrive at the scene?
I suppose that would have been around... Hey, what time is it?
Huh? I think it was around... I'd say a bit after 10:30 p.m., I think. Practice ended at 10 p.m., so you hung around the lodging house the entire time?
I guess that sounds about right.
Wasn't it awfully cold? I can't believe you just stand outside in that weather.
Well, the truth is... Will you shut up, you big-nosed dope? Why are you telling him anything extra? Why can't you believe that we just stand outside the that we just stand outside in that weather?
God damn it.
Why can't you believe that we just stand outside in that weather?
Well, maybe you were waiting for someone.
What? Who said we were waiting for someone?
Mr. Phoenix Wright, we can all do without your offhanded theories. But this witness, he's cracking under the pressure already. I'm onto something.
Mr. Wright, what do you suppose the witness was waiting for out in the cold that night?
Okay, it's either one. Fuck me. Okay, yeah. It was Regina Berry. I was gonna present her. Well, if he was waiting outside in the cold, it was for one person. And one person only. He was waiting for the animal tamer. He was waiting for the animal tamer, Regina. Ah! He exploded. He fucking exploded. He fucking exploded. His head and arms got fucking launched off him. Head and arms yeeted. You were waiting outside for Regina to come back to the lodging house. Am I mistaken?
Is this true?
Oh, you can't really ask me that question. Who cares who I was waiting for that night? What's important is what I saw. Don't you forget it.
Well, the puppet may be a bit stiff, but he's right.
Hey.
All right. There's obviously a reason why this witness was there that night. He spent all that time waiting for Regina to arrive. Fuck me. Waiting for Regina to arrive. Moreover, even if someone else would have walked right in front of him, I doubt he would have paid them a second thought.
Ah!
That makes perfect sense.
What did you just say? The witness saw the defendant at the scene of the crime. However, he did not see the victim on the way to his However, he did not see the victim on his way to his eventual demise. On the way to his eventual demise. Fuck me. This is what happens sometimes. However, he did not see the victim on the way to his eventual demise. There we go. You're not at your Pepsi until you have your Max. You're not at your max till you have your Pepsi.
You're not at your Pepsi until you have your Max.
Honestly, like, they should just rebrand the Pepsi Zero Sugar in the US to Pepsi Max again. I think they used to have Pepsi Max. But yeah, honestly, they should rebrand it and have a fucking commercial like that.
You're not at your max till you have your Pepsi Max.
Yeah, the game is quite beefy from memory. I think it was something like a
what was it, like 100 gigabytes or something? Yeah, it's quite big. That's what she said. Actually, I'll just check it right now. Uh, 129 gigabytes. Yep. I got plenty of storage on my PC. See, the thing is, like, I could uninstall it, like, if I wanted to, and download it in, like, not even 10 minutes. But, you know. Which is just a funny thought, like, 129 gigabytes, fucking, you know, before I had, like, faster internet. Excuse me. Well, hell, that's only because I've got gigabit internet now. You know, I was surviving on, like, 100 megabits a second, which was fine, you know. You know, for the better part of, like, a few years. But, like, before that, before 2020, before June of 2020, yeah. I've explained this before, but on a good day where the internet was, no one was using it, you know, and it was just, the internet lines were clear, 700 kilobytes a second download speed. You know, basically, if I was waiting for, like, a, you know, even a 60 gigabyte game, I'd be waiting the whole day for it to download. So, yeah. Anyway. If you accept that, then you must accept that there is a high likelihood that he could have missed someone else other than Max. Ow! There's absolutely no proof that the witness was waiting for the animal tamer. I guess you got me. Alright, I'll spill the beans for real this time. It's true, I was waiting for Regina. Pain! Don't volunteer things.
Mr. Quist, tell us the truth this time, and I mean the whole truth. Were you or were you not waiting for Regina at the entrance to the lodging house?
I was. I was waiting to propose to her.
You were what? Waiting to propose?
Need I remind you? Need I remind you that? Send this fucker to jail right now. Send him to jail. Send this crazy motherfucker, this crazy schizophrenic motherfucker to jail. Right into the crook house. Right into solitary confinement. Yes. You have to ask? The ventriloquist or the puppet? Yes. Anyway. This fucking Sheriff Woody looking motherfucker with big ears and no jaw. He does not have a jawline at all. His jaw fuses with his neck. Perfect for children with no necks. Finally, a game system for me. God damn it. Did they get their own separate jail cells? We'll see. Actually, yeah, put him in separate jail cells. We don't know exactly what he would do to
what he would do to the puppet. Anyway.
What's the matter? You think the humans have a monopoly on marriage?
That the matter of puppet marriage is not under review in this case.
You're the judge. I mean, look at your horrible outfit. More pain.
Thanks to your bumbling, my perfect plan is not so perfect anymore. Now we have to waste time getting to the bottom of some silly proposal by a puppet.
Don't be so surprised that I was going to propose to Regina. I even had something to give her. I kept it in my pocket, waiting for the chance to propose and give it to her. Of course, I also had it in my pocket that night. It was a present for her. In the end, I wasn't able to give it to her, so I've still got it in my pocket.
No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. I got it. I got it. You check your pocket. How about we play a game of riddles? What's in my pocket?
Your Honor, if there gets to be 2 witnesses on the stand, can I invite my assistant, defense attorney Kermit the Frog?
Defense attorney Kermit the Frog. Why did he sound... You know, he also kind of sounded like Kermit the Frog. He was very high-pitched. Yeah, give me a sec. That's right.
You were going to propose. You, a puppet.
Don't be so obtuse. Just because I'm a puppet doesn't mean I can't love.
I guess you're right. Just because I'm old doesn't mean I couldn't propose to her too. No, 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 no!
Okay, I'm done. I'm done with this shit. I'm done with this shit. I'm fucking done with this The fuck is this trial? The fuck is this trial, man? The fuck is this trial?
Even fucking making a comment like that. You all deserve a special place in hell.
Anyway. Buzzy almost sounded like a fucked up Kermit. Yeah, he did. Oh god, how's he gonna say this?
And that place is Come World O.
I'm sorry. What? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm well done. I'm well done. Just fucking sad.
Come Waldo! Oh, fuck me. Oh, god damn it. Oh, god, he is a gold mine. Buzzy is a goddamn gold mine of just comedy gold. Oh, god. Okay. Anyway. Exactly. His honor is looking a little less honorable right now.
Okay, Mr. Wright, please continue with your cross-examination.
Tokyo Kamare!
Okay. 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 Yeah, he's practically perfect. Did he just fly into the air? Do you even need that question answered? He fucking certainly did.
Okay, Mr. Wright, please continue with your cross-examination.
What was with that sigh at the end? What was with that sigh at the end? But Buzz can't fly, he falls with style. Exactly. Right. About the proposal.
Don't be so surprised that I was going to propose to Regina.
By proposal, you mean proposing marriage, correct? Correct? To Regina?
Of course, that's what I meant. What kind of stupid question is that? I wasn't going to propose that we become some sort of outlaw biker gang together. Right, Ben?
Yeah.
Got it? That's the truth. I even had something to give her.
What was it exactly you'd plan on giving her?
You know exactly what I was going to give her, numbskull.
Your Honor, I can attest that my client was in fact at a circus theme park called Cumworldo.
That fucking Kermit voice is so fucking weird, I tell you what. I wonder what they trained the voice on. Like with the Sonic and Shadow voice. What the fuck did they train the voice on? Because they sound nothing like their actual fucking characters. Anyway. I think the only ones that sound like their characters are SpongeBob and Patrick and, Squidward, so... Reminds you of your buddy Rage.
The only thing I could find that could match Regina's beauty.
Answer his question, what was it?
You're gonna die when you hear this. It's an engagement ring.
Engagement ring? Oh, those two nearly fell out of their chairs. Mr. Phoenix Wright's joke has gone too far. Time for this to end right here. Francesca's whip looks like it's about to lash out at almost anything. One hit from that thing, you probably shut someone up for a long time. Pain equals bad. I think I'm going to live to fight another day and shut up now. Nick, don't be such a coward. Whose pocket was the ring in?
Mine, of course. What a stupid question. You've got to be kidding me. You think Ben could pull that off?
I'm sorry, really.
You don't have to apologize for that. He's the one who should be apologizing.
Really? So you went to the lodging house to give it to her?
That's right. I tried to give it to her during practice, so many times that I lost count, but that uppity snob kept getting in the way.
Uppity snob? He couldn't possibly be talking about... Uppity snob? He couldn't possibly be talking about me, Maximilian Galactica. When I get a hold of him, I'm gonna saw his wood block in half, and not with magic. Well, they always say that love creates rivalries.
So what about this present?
And yet I wasn't able to give it to her, so I've still got it in my pocket.
That's, no you don't. No you don't.
Objection! Oh, come on! Of course it contradicts the evidence! It contradicts the evidence, because I fucking got it in my fucking pocket right now. What the fuck are you talking about? What are you talking about, man? I'll fucking kick your ass, pal, you fucking bastard! What do you fucking mean?
Oh god, I turned into I turned into a Scotsman, an angry Scotsman again. I don't know why I turned into an angry Scotsman. It just happens. Sometimes it just comes out of me. You know. This is bullshit. It does. I don't see anything contradictory. Yeah, I got it in my pocket. Mate, I got it in my fucking pocket. I'm making the accusation because he just said he just said he had it in his pocket. I know exactly what he had in his pocket. I've got it in my pocket, so you can't possibly have it in your pocket because I've got it. So are you still thinking? So you are still thinking of trying to give it to Regina?
Of course I am. I spent 3 months' salary on this thing. I'm not gonna give it up that easily.
I wonder how much he receives for appearing in the circus. Probably way more than he deserves. How about it, Nick? I think it's about time to unwrap this toy's testimony. The judge has that dazed and confused look again. Maybe he should get out more. It may be something of a joke, but this is a historic moment. The first time that a puppet has ever proposed to— Ow! I advise you to cut this argument short.
I'm going to have to agree with the defense here. Will the witness please revise their testimony? Specifically about the engagement ring, I'd like to stick to the facts, not sociology.
You sure do enjoy sweating the details, especially for a man in a black bathrobe. I plan on giving an engagement ring to Regina.
An engagement ring?
Uh-huh. It's actually a diamond-shaped stone cut. It's actually a diamond-shaped stone cut from glass. Even more brilliant than the real thing. I think Regina is going to love it.
It's just a ring? What's the matter, Nick? Well, there's gotta be something I can catch on him. Is this where I can fucking present it now? Can I please present the fucking goddamn ring? Objection! Finally. It's all because I didn't reveal a part of his testimony. Trilo, do you mind if I show you something?
What is it? What are you talking about?
What is it?
What are you talking about?
Uh-oh, looks like they're going to double team me now. Do you recognize this ring?
That's mine. Give it back, thief! Thief!
Didn't you just testify about having this very object? I believe you said, in the end, I wasn't able to give it to her, so I've still got it in my pocket? Why then do I have it right here?
Ah!
What is going on here?
That's Ben, say something.
Don't put me on the spot like that, Trilo. I found this in Money's room.
Money's room? You mean a room they put money, like a bank vault?
That filthy monkey is gonna get what's coming to him.
Mr. Chris, I'd prefer it if you avoided slandering innocent fiats in my court.
Oh, Your Honor, Money really is a monkey, in every sense of the word.
Ah, I see. Well then.
Money likes to go after the shiniest things that he can find and gather them up.
Shiny things?
Trilo, when was this ring stolen from you? Well, I suppose it was that
time, that night, the night of the crime.
What did you just say? Details. I need more details.
Well, it was stolen right after Max showed up in the plaza.
Right about when you saw the defendant walk past, correct?
Well, I guess you might, be able to say that. The ring might have, well, it could have been taken around that time. Woo, woo. Ah, yeah! Ben, what's with you? Whatever. There's nothing to do with anything. There's nothing to do with anything, especially not who committed the murder.
It's not for you to decide what... It's not for you to decide what has to do with what. Now, Trilo, back to the topic at hand.
I haven't admitted a thing. Not I, Mr. Trilo Quist.
What did you do when the ring was taken, Trilo?
You know exactly what I did. I chased after that ring snatching. You know exactly what I did. I chased after that ring snatching monkey money. That ring snatching monkey money.
Fuck me. I can't even fucking read properly at the moment. Also, my throat is getting a bit funny, so I might have to cut this short and then play something else. Like, finish the trial of it, like, finish the day. But yeah, I'll play something else after this. But you weren't able to catch up with him, were you?
It's all this slow, loafy fool called Ben's fault. While he was fumbling his way through the snow, that dumb monkey was able to get away.
That is indeed an incredible shame.
Well, this does indeed prove one very important point.
Prove an important point? What point could that possibly be?
There's a huge contradiction in this witness's testimony.
Contradiction?
The witness just testified to the following effect. Up until the police arrived, he didn't move from the entrance to the plaza. However, the witness just stated that he chased after Money the monkey. When the witness was off chasing Money, there was no one watching the plaza.
What is the meaning of all this, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Where are you going with this little theory of yours?
I'm saying that there is no possible way that this witness saw the plaza the entire time. That's where I'm going with this little theory. Which leads me to my next point. It is entirely possible that someone other than the defendant was at the scene.
Interesting, Mr. Wright.
Well, then tell me this, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Do you have any proof that something slipped past this vigilant ventriloquist?
Well, he obviously didn't see the victim, the ringmaster, arrive on the scene.
However, that doesn't change the fact that he saw the defendant arrive.
The witness is lying. He is blinded by his rivalry with Max.
Well, the defense's argument does hold water. This witness does have a history of animosity towards the defendant.
What? How dare you? I wouldn't lie just to get that dork face in trouble. He's not even worth it.
I know, Phoenix is being to speak uwu. Yeah. I'm tripping up a lot.
I saw him. No doubt about it. I saw that worthless liar.
Well, just for clarity's sake, let's fish out exactly who you saw that night.
I've told you so many times you'd think you'd know my story's not changed.
You've already changed your story, Stick Boy, and I'm not sure it'll change some more.
Where there's one line, there are usually many more behind it.
Exactly, Maya. That's why we have to keep after him.
Yeah. I'll give you that I was waiting that night for Regina. That doesn't change the fact that I saw Max in the plaza that night. He showed up after I'd been waiting there for about 5 minutes. I said good evening to him, but he didn't even acknowledge my presence. I'm absolutely sure it was him. I saw Maximilian Galactica at the scene. There's no way I could mistake someone wearing those 3 ridiculous symbols.
So that means that Money didn't show up until after you saw Max.
That's right. Money ran up less than a minute after I saw Max.
Then Money snatched the ring and you went chasing after him.
How long was it until you came back to where you were waiting?
Well, let's see. I'd say about...
I suppose 5 minutes, I think. So the victim could have arrived unseen in that 5-minute stretch.
Mr. Wright, please proceed with your cross-examination.
All right, Daedric. Thanks for coming. So you saw Max coming out of the big top that night.
Of course that's where I saw him coming from. I'm staring at the entrance to the tent the entire time.
I guess that makes sense, especially since he was waiting for Regina. About what time would you say these events took place?
You're one of the dumbest people on the planet if you can't figure it out yourself. You already know that practice ended. You already know that practice finished promptly at 10 p.m. And you already know that I went to the lodging house right after practice. You don't need to be the brain surgeon to know around what time it was when I saw him. Just had 10 more minutes. I'm sure you could do that. Now what time was it?
Indeed, what time was it?
What time was it? Let me think about that for a second. Ow! I'm not good at time. I'm not good at math. It was 10 past 10 p.m.
Yes, that sounds about right.
Sounds about right, because that's the time that I saw Max on the scene.
So you testified that you said good evening to Max that night.
You must enjoy asking incredibly obvious questions. You say good morning in the morning and good afternoon during the day, right? It's obvious that I'd say good night to someone at night. What, Ben, you've got something to add? Let me guess, that's not it, Trilo. You say good evening at night.
I'm sorry, Trilo.
Mr. Chris, I prefer you kept your ventriloquist act outside of the courtroom.
Impossible. Performer lives and breathes his performances. You should know better.
There's got to be something wrong with this bit of testimony. Isn't that a bit strange to you?
What do you mean?
Well, if you hate Max so much, why would you bother being nice to him? It strikes me as somewhat strange.
Why would it strike you as strange?
Exactly. How is it strange to be cordial to one of your co-workers? Well, if it was simply just being cordial to a co-worker, I would understand. Ow! That hurt! Maybe you should think of having some proof before your lips start flapping next time. Proof is everything in this world. You should have learned that back in grade school. There's no reason that Trilo would ever say something nice to Max. But how I go about proving that with the evidence? Bluffing is everything in this world, but I'm sure you already learned that one. I guess I can give it a shot.
The witness will resume his testimony.
You're 100% absolutely sure of what you just said.
I told you already, geez, I'm 100% absolutely sure.
There's no way that he could be any more confident than that, right? Those 3 ridiculous symbols, huh?
Out of curiosity, exactly how many times have you asked that question by now? If you're gonna ask again, I'll answer it with a chorus. Everyone together now. Silk hat, cloak, white roses. Thank you very much. Maya, you didn't have to join in, did you? But it's fun shouting out with everyone else. Again, what proves that the outfit, that Max was the one that was wearing it? Okay, hang on. Oh, for God's sake. Yep, okay. Thought so. That's what I have to do.
Objection!
Trilo, is it not true that you had a fight with Max on the day of the murder? A fight? A fight over Regina, to be exact. It wasn't that big of a deal. It was just an argument, a disagreement at most. A disagreement usually doesn't end with someone getting clonked over the head. Ah! That morning, Ben got clobbered over the head by Max, didn't he?
What? Is that an admission of assault and battery?
Youch! Before we handle that, we should wrap up the defendant's murder charge first. The truth is on the day of the crime, the defendant and witness had a huge fight. There's absolutely no way they would have suddenly become cordial that evening. Moreover, just consider the personality of the witness on stand. There's no way a puppet this lewd would just up and say good evening to this There's no way that... Fucking hell. There's no way that a puppet this lewd would just up and say good evening to his rival. Ah! Are you saying that this witness is lying? That he is trying to frame the defendant by claiming to have seen him at the crime scene? I didn't tell a single lie. Honestly, I just...
That's enough from you, Mr. Quist. Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor.
Let's clarify this testimony for the court. Would you explain your theory about who the witness actually saw that night?
We saw a different person. Yeah, I've been thinking about this, and I just had it confirmed then. It was probably the victim that he actually saw dressed like... You can fuck off. Dressed like, Max. It's my belief that the witness did indeed see someone that night. It was just someone else. That's who he said good evening to. What kind of theory is that? The correct one. Furthermore, I don't believe the person the witness saw was Max at all. What? What? If he had truly met Max that night, there would have been no greeting at all. Which means there is only one proper answer. The person the witness saw that night was not Maximilian Galactica. That is why Trilo made the effort to greet whoever it was that he saw that evening. Or, good evening, as he put it. What in the world, you...
Would the defense kindly explain who it was Trilo saw that evening, then?
He saw the clown. He saw you, Francesca. You committed the crime. You did it. Considering the ill temper of this witness, there is only one person he would greet.
It must be Regina. It's Regina, right? She's so cute.
No, Your Honor. It's not Regina. If it was Regina, Trilo would have given the engagement ring as a present.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. I suppose you've got a point there.
It was Russell Berry, the victim himself, was it not? You are correct. You are correct. It was indeed Russell Berry. The person you saw that evening was the victim, the ringmaster Russell Berry. That's why you greeted him, Trilo. Isn't that correct? Isn't that the Steel Samurai case again? Yeah. This has a lot of fucking parallels to the Steel Samurai case. A lot of parallels. I think the ringmaster was probably going to frame. At least that's what it seems like. The ringmaster might frame Max for something. No. Answer the question, Mr. Quest.
Order, order. How do you respond to this?
Wait a second. Well, at first I thought it was the old man. But once I got a better look at him, it was obviously Maximilian Galactica.
I think it is high time that we clear the air about this question. Mr. Quist obviously witnessed a single person in the area of the plaza that evening. The problem is identifying exactly who that person was. Was it Maximilian Galactica, or was it the ringmaster, one Mr. Russell Berry?
The prosecution argues that it was the defendant that the witness saw that night. The witness has clearly stated that he saw the defendant's 3 symbols. 3 symbols?
Alright, this is getting old. Come on, man. You've got to remember them by now. Here we go again, everyone. All together now.
Look, we've already beaten this fucking joke 4 times at this point. You've done the same joke 4 times. It's not funny anymore. It's just annoying. Ah! Yes, yes, we know. The silk-clad cloak and white roses. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Francesco. Thank you. Thank you. The first time you've actually fucking done something beneficial to us all. Well, I suppose some of us, you always do something beneficial by whipping them, but that, you know. We know who they are. A silk hat and a cloak. Anyone could wear them. They'd even look good on me. What was that? Well, the witness has endlessly repeated that he saw Max's 3 symbols. However, how do we really know it was Maximilian Galactica? It could have been someone else dressed up as him. The whole fucking thing. You should have fucking brought that up at the start. You should have brought that up at the start, you goddamn idiot. You goddamn buffoon. You could have brought that up at the start. And you didn't. Why didn't you bring that up at the start? You should have made the objection that said, no. No. Nuh-uh. Someone else was dressed as him. You can't prove it was him unless you saw his face. Did you see his face? No. Well, then it could have been him. It could have been someone in a goddamn disguise, motherfuckers.
Your Honor, may I propose that the defendant add a 4th pieces, like stylish sunglasses, to change this iconic piece so the audience can shut the fuck up?
That ain't gonna help matters, you fucking frog. Go play tadpole with your fucking pig wife. Go and cook some bacon with her. And have frog's legs for dinner. You fucking frog. Anyway. Possibly even Russell Berry. What? Miss Von Karma.
You have clear evidence that the person the witness saw was the defendant.
Well,
If that's the case, then it is impossible for me to make a judgment at this point.
yes. I think we finally won a point in this one. That is very unfortunate. Huh? You're just a little too excited for your own good, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
What do you mean by that?
You merely established one thing from this witness. You established that this witness saw one person in the plaza that night. I applaud you on your effort, but... Who that person was can only be answered by the next witness. Your Honor, the prosecution will provide, beyond a shadow of a doubt, an answer to that question, an evidence that clearly establishes one thing. That there is no one other than Maximilian Galactica responsible for this crime. The best way to describe my playthrough of this series is Phoenix is done with everyone's idiocy and is tired of their shit.
Very well. The court will take a 10-minute recess. During that time, I request the prosecution prepare their next witness. Court is now in recess.
To be continued. Okay. Yeah, my voice is starting to get a bit tired, so what I'm going to do is switch games. I don't know what we're going to play, though, that's the thing. Hey, everyone, want to play a game of, of Sword and Shield? No. Hyrule Warriors, maybe. We haven't played that for, like, a few weeks now. Let's see if I can get some people together. I need at least 2 other people, but, you know. Right. All right. I could play more, Banjo-Kazooie. Maybe? Let's see. Banjo recompiled. They still haven't updated side effects to, like, fix that problem. Let's see. Man. Why am I so stumped as to what to play? Like, we've clearly got, like, so much that, you know, that I need to play, you know. I just need something that's, you know, I'm not going to be shouting at. And, you know, Getting my voice all fucked up. Ah, yes, amorous. With full nudity. Get my channel banned in 1 second. That's how you do it. Orc massage. Shit. Tell you what, I'm gonna go on a break actually. By the time I come back, I'll figure out what to play. I've got, you know what? I know what we should play, and we'll probably have enough time for, I guess. But I'll be back. Put the music on. All right. Yeah. Okay. The way that ended. All right. Anthro heat is also a good option. Was that other one Furry Shades of Grey or something? Or is it Furry Shades of Gay? Anyway, it doesn't matter. Either way, I'll return. I'll see you guys soon.